I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. In today's episode, so here's the thing. I've been wanting to talk about, well, I have before. I've talked on this before. I don't think I've talked about it in streams or in previous podcast episodes. I might have mentioned it briefly, but I haven't full on made a whole episode about it and stuff. So anyways, I wanted to overall talk on why I believe it was an old high school teacher of mine's, how he faked a car accident so he can retire early. I'm telling you, everything is going to make sense, okay? It is, all right? It is. But anyways, so I think it was my junior year in high school, and I had this computer class. Computer class is all right. Made some friends in there. It was a chill class, easy, because I was like, I was already kind of into the computer stuff already. But it was more like, holding down, like, oh, you gotta hold ASDF, JKL, and that whatever that other button is, you gotta hold your fingers there. I don't even type like that. I just move my hands all over. I'm like, I can't hold my hand in one spot and type. It just doesn't make any sense to do stuff like that. But anyways, so in that class, chilling for the most part. And then it probably got to the second semester of my, junior year. And he just, I think he went on so that's what it was. He went on vacation. So he was on vacation for some time. And I remember I've never seen a teacher be on vacation for this long. Like it was going on for like at least like a couple of months. Like it was definitely like 7-8 weeks when that dude was like on vacation. So I'm like, all right, it's chill. Like he wasn't like he was a favorable teacher. No, because the reason why I say that. So wait a minute, okay, hold on for a second. I need to see when the video game Battlefield 3 came out. Cause Battlefield 3, I remember I was trying to get that game and he almost ruined it. 2011. Dang, so I might have been his class. So wait, 10, 11, that came out October. So no, it was my sophomore year, I think. No, it was my sophomore year when I had his class then. Oh yeah, no, I remember now because it was the friend that, there was a few friends that I made in there. They just got into high school because they were freshmen at the time. So, okay, no, so it was my sophomore year in high school. And I remember that guy, so he was gone all this time. And then we had this sub was chill. But no, I remember no, that's what it was. It was one of them parent teacher conferences. That's why I didn't really he wasn't like a favorable teacher. Like he was just like, if this would have been like The Sims, like we definitely would have been like on bad terms or something like that. Cause it wasn't like I did a whole lot in his classroom. Like if anything, I would crack jokes, make friends laugh, all that stuff. He somehow paid attention to that and was really trying to get me in trouble. I was like, bruh, I'm passing your class, okay? So don't even try it. That's all that matters. I'm passing your class, okay? So I think I had maybe a B, maybe a C plus in this class. So I'm like, I'm passing. And if I had an F, I'm like, okay, then talk. But if not, I'm like, fam, you out here trying to get kids in trouble. That's why I never liked those parent teacher. I swear the day I have kids, I'm probably gonna never go to those parent teacher conferences because I'm like, well, look, all they're gonna do is be like, oh yeah, your kid. I'm like, look. Now, if it's a class that you're failing, they honestly can call me and, tell me whatever. But if not, I'm like, fam, I don't think I'm ever going to go to a parent-teachers conference because I'm like, there's no reason. All they do is just be like, oh, yeah, your kid's doing so well, but they like to do this and be a class clown. I'm like, look, this is my advice to my kids. If they ever do hear this podcast episode, my future kids, pass your classes, okay, get A's and B's. If it's a hard class, C is cool, but I'm like, just make sure you graduate on time, all right? And then, get you a career going, all that stuff. Start that stuff young. Don't be like me and wait till after. Like, start that stuff whenever it is. Try to focus on it like either elementary, middle school. Definitely have it figured out by high school, but so on. So anyways, I feel like, that's what you need to, you need to put that in the kids' minds and stuff. So, but anyways, back on this teacher. So he's gone for like all these weeks. And then it got to, I think it was second semester of that year. I remember, because I think, junior year and senior year. Okay, so no, I didn't have him junior and senior, because I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember having this class, because I was like, fam, it was definitely, so it was definitely sophomore year, because now it's all coming back to me now. So anyways, so he was supposed to come back, never did come back. And then so the sub, I was asking like, hey, yo, what's the deal? Like, how come he hasn't showed up and things? And then that's when she finally told us, saying that, oh, he got into a car accident on his way to school, so he's going to be out for an additional weeks. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. That's wild. So here's why I think that man faked it. Because his injuries compared to the car accident, I'm like, bruh, I felt like that I've been in worse situations and I've came out fine. Like, maybe not car accident level, but I'm saying like, so to describe the car accident, he didn't hit no cars, I believe. I think he just lost control, but he just ended up driving off on the side of the road in this grass area. And as I remember them photos, I'm like, bro, it just looked like he just drove in some grass. Okay, that was it. So I'm like, unless he hit like the ground, and it's like the grass was at an angle and he hit the ground and then he, but if not, I'm like, bruh, I don't get how you had all of those, so I think I'm trying to think. I think they did say that he messed up his eye socket. So I'm like, maybe he just slammed his head into the wheel or something. But I'm like, bro, that just don't add up. Because I'm like, it would have made sense if he would have hit a car. Because they say it was like I think it was his eye socket, like some, like messed up his ribs. I think it was some other injuries, maybe with his limbs. But I'm like, bro, just from that? I'm like, I remember as a kid, I remember me and my mom, we got rear-ended by this lady. She was flying down the road. Her car was all messed up. My mom's SUV at the time, it was cool, but it wasn't like, but I'm saying like, I'm like, if that had been him, bro probably would have died. I'm like, cause I'm like, in that car accident, I'm like, nah, that doesn't even make any sense how he got all those injuries. So I started like piecing it together. Then, cause at some point in time, then he retired, and I'm like, nah, like, cause I think at that time, like, he was talking about it and stuff, and so I was like, nah, that don't add up. Cause I remember I was in class, it was funny, cause there was this one girl in there, she was cracking up laughing and stuff, cause I was being dead serious. I was like, nah, that man faked that car accident. I'm all like, nah, cause I'm like, okay, if he's supposed to be retiring here soon, and I'm like, he probably just wants to, quote unquote, get into this car accident, this mysterious car accident, and then have all these bodily injuries and stuff. I'm saying he might have like 1-2 injuries, but all of that, like, it sounded like he got jumped mid car accident. I'm like, okay, was the mob after him? Was like I'm saying like something had to go down, because I'm like, you don't get that many injuries from that car accident. I'm like, look, this man's off up in, bro, I got so descriptive and detailed about this. I'm in the classroom, like, legit arguing over the fact whether this man, the substitute teacher, she was listening too, because she wasn't even really, like, saying anything or responding, like, no, like, she was sitting there listening, like, dang, he might be on to something here. Like, cause no, that sub, she had been there, she was there for so many days, and so eventually they switched to another sub, but that sub was chill. Like, I remember when she was in the class, I was like, nah, she was chilled and stuff. So, but anyways, I was like, nah, that don't add up. I'm like, you don't get into no crazy or had all them catastrophic injuries and you get into a little minor car accident. I'm like, there's people that have been in far, like, look at them, like, people that get into a head-on collision, cars them blew up, and then they're all like, oh, the person left with minor injuries, like, scratches and bruises and things. And I'm like, this guy, he just swerves off on the side of the road, and he gets like literally Mother Earth had attacked him, like, or Mother Nature or something went after him after that car accident. Because I'm like, that just doesn't even add up. I'm like, I've seen crazy car accidents before. I used to watch, no, because that's the thing, I used to watch that TV show like World's like Wildest Videos. This was before, like, you know, my YouTube days. But no, I would watch the TV show. It was on that True TV before it was True TV. What did they used to call True TV back? I can't even, hold on for a second. True TV cable. Because they used to go by a different name back then. Hold on. As Court TV. I thought it was Court TV. So, but anyways, but no, like, so True TV, I remember back then when it used to be Court TV. They had this TV shows like called like World's Wildest Videos or something like that, World's Craziest Videos, and they will all the time show like crazy car accidents. I remember one woman, she skydived, and I think they said both her parachutes had malfunctioned. She slammed in the parking lot. I think they said all she had was a few missing teeth. What other things? It was like in car accidents, other crazy. Then of course, like, you know, now I'm like into YouTube and I see all these different and wild videos of people getting into car accidents. I'm like, bruh, like, I don't get how you have this crazy catastrophic, like, you know, these injuries, but it was the most minor car accident. Like, I feel like 10 out of 10 people, or no, maybe 9 out of 10 people will walk out of that car accident fine. He was that one, somehow that one, to get all those crazy catastrophic injuries. I'm like, nah, man. I legit caught, and sure enough, it was funny because after, I think it was either my junior or senior year, then that's when they was like, oh, he retired. And I'm like, oh, well, how ironic. I'm like, yeah, that man, he probably, because I'm like, I like got that, then he showed us photos of himself in the hospital. Why are you taking photos of yourself in the hospital? Now, you don't even come off as a guy that would do some odd stuff like that. Like, he seemed like he was pretty quiet and low-key. Like, honestly, I don't know what he's doing nowadays, but I know one thing for sure. That man faked that car accident, and yeah, he just probably was like, oh, I know this Hollywood friend that owns this studio, and I could just tell him, like, oh, you know, when you're filming one of them, like, ER or what is some other doctor shows out there, yeah, when you're just filming a doctor show, just call me up, let me be an extra. I'm telling you, there's going to be a time where I'm watching one of them doctor episodes, and there's gonna be an episode that was recorded back in like 2012 or 2011, and he's gonna be on there, and I'm gonna be like, huh, that's odd. I'm like, that man, I'm like, he sure does look familiar. I'm like, nah, he looks like, I'm like, and sure enough, it's gonna be that teacher. I'm like, oh, yeah, he quote unquote was in the hospital. I'm like, yeah, bro, that man wasn't in no hospital. I was like, yeah, if anything's, he was just launching his acting career. I'm like, but no, I know for a fact that man faked that car accident. I'm like, nah, you can't get into no crazy catastrophic accident unless you got Samuel L. Jackson's bones from that movie Glass. In that other movie that he did before Glass, like where he was, because he was like, I don't know, he was like some crazy guy, but he had like these glass bones and stuff, like you couldn't even shake his hand, literally his whole body would just break. So I'm like, unless you got bones like that, then okay, makes sense. But if not, I'm like, fam, how do you get into a crazy, or how do you have all these crazy catastrophic injuries, but all you did was drive off in a ditch somewhere? Like, I'm like, and it was like a big enough ditch to where it was like, okay, it wasn't like a small ditch where it's like, okay, you swerve and then you, like, you know, hit a bunch of, I'm like, the ditch was, I almost said something else, the ditch was big enough to where he overall could have, you know, like, walked out of there and been fine. But I'm like, nah, man. You got into, he purposely, I bet this is, alright, so this is what I think. This is what I honestly think. He had, you know, probably, because he was supposed to show up sometime before. He never did. And so he was like, yeah, gone for all this time. And then eventually the day when he was coming back, this is what I honestly think he did. He probably wouldn't, because I'm like, I didn't even really see, though. They didn't even show, like, the whole car to see what the extent of the accident. Like, I didn't see the front of the car. You only could really see the back. That dude probably drove that car off in a ditch, And then God, of course, was all like, oh, I got into this accident. Because I'm like, what happened to the car afterwards? We ain't seen no car afterwards. I ain't seen no photos of no car being totaled. I ain't hear nothing about no crazy catastrophic accidents. Because I feel like, look, out here in Washington State, like, the news, like our local news, we will literally report on anything, okay? Anything that happens in Washington State, we will report on it, all right? So I didn't see nothing on the news, okay? And then the day he was supposed to show up a while back, and then all of a sudden the actual day where he was supposed to be showing up, he doesn't show up, gets into this accident, now he's gone for all these other weeks, and then on top of that, he didn't even show up after the fact, and he just retired. That man wanted to retire early, so I'm like, I solved that case, because I'm like, that to me, they just don't, nah. I'm like, I highly doubt that man was really, because he was up there in age too, so I highly doubt he was all like, nah, I'm not gonna come back anymore, because he's like, I'm tired of this school, I'm tired of that, all them kids and stuff, and yeah, I'm like, probably was tired of me for doing whatever I was doing in the classroom, but anyways, I'm like, yeah, that teacher, I'm like, I know for a fact that you ain't getting into no crazy catastrophic accident and stuff, so... But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 36 YouTube channels. I haven't created the 37th one yet. But anyways, make sure you subscribe to them. And make sure you also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you also follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your next purchase. Make sure you also use my supported creator code for Epic Games, TMossBoss. And yeah, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.